Hello everyone! We're about to discuss about democracy and about how many people and how they think about democracy in other countries. Democracy. As we all know, everyone thinks different, and everyone in every country they think different about democracy because democracy is not treated the same way as in our country. Democracy is the type of government that helps us with the issues of the society. They give us the freedom also of us to vote for them. Democracy also means that they take the decisions within the majority of votes that they have. This means that they doesn't take the decisions for their own. They need to have many votes and choose the best decision that we want, not that they want. Thank you. Now we're going to listen to Anthony Cuevas talking about Mexican people and democracy in there. Thank you.
Thank you, Alondra. Now, in Mexico, in Mexico 1970 Constitution called for a democratic government. Democracy did not begin in Mexico until the late 1900s. The most part of the 20th century, Mexico was ruled by the authoritarian-minded PRI, a monopolistic political grouping infamous for imposing a clientelistic and patronage based in social order. In the injustice promoted by the PRI through manipulation of the voting system, the party was also denominated Mexico Politics on both of the national and state levels. A powerful new social movement has emerged that could radically transform Mexico's corrupt political system. The disappearance and probably massacre of dozens of students, activities by throughout the country and in more than 100 cities abroad. This information was published by Foreign Affairs.
Thank you, Anthony. Now we're going to listen to Arturo Sandoval talking about Britain people thinking about democracy.
People in the UK looks at how British people feels with the type of democracy that they have in this time in the most important aspects. Perhaps looks that the majority of persons in Britain prefer a democratic government because they think it's a fair government and a good government. But a few people do not rate in 5 out of 10 in a democratic scale for the Britain government. This is a problem that Britain it's having since 2 years ago. Talking about the government in the UK, people think that it's unfair in the lately past few years because not all people think that it's fair or good any actions taken by the government. And this is bad because if we still have people thinking like this, we will have people against the government.
Thank you, Arturo. Now we're going to listen to Alejandro Evia talking about Syria's people thinking about democracy. This is very interesting because they have a very different concept of democracy about there.
Thank you, Alondra. The ideology of a democracy in Syria is the PYD established since 2003 in the northern of Syria, that itself describes as a social equality, justice, and the freedom of beliefs, as also as a pluralism and freedom of political parties. It is a democratic solution that involves the cultural and national rights, but also it develops their peaceful struggle to be able to rule a democratic society. This information was taken from Foreign Affairs.
Thank you, Alejandro. Now we're going to talk about the differences and perspectives of these people. The consequences of having different perspectives. For example, we think that they can arrest you or make you do things that you don't want to, only because they want you to do it or believe it that they are right with their type of democracy. But that is a wrong way of solving problems because it's not what you want or what they want, but what is right. You will never be the same as another person or think the same as a society because they live and they see every day different things that probably you don't, or that probably you do see or live, but they doesn't affect you in the way they affect them. So this is why many of the consequences that we have for democracy, of having a different opinion about it, affects us a lot in our daily life.